Here is a full in-depth description on tawnyfrost. If you haven't seen the tawnyfrost map call, you should probably watch it first. Or don't. I can't really tell you what to do. Going over the main characters, here's who we have. Tawnypaw, who later renames himself Tawnyfrost, Firestar, and a fox. The background characters are just the apprentices, the silhouette cats, and Holly and Jay. I'm going to be telling you how Hollyfeather ties into Tawnyfrost and etc. In Hollyfeather, Ashfur runs into Hawkfrost, where he is then thrown into the lake and drowns. As a ghost, he is able to lead the 3 kits, the lost WindClan kits from Dark River, into the tunnels. Hollyleaf and Jayfeather, which were apprentices at the time, I believe. I forget. Holly and Jay find them, save them with the help of the ghost Fallen Leaves, and etc. At the end credit scene, we see Hawkfrost with a stick, which then leads up to Tawnyfrost. So, what is Tawnyfrost? What happens and what's the story? Well, he clicked on this video, so I'm going to tell you. Tawnypaw leaves Jayfeather's den, where Jayfeather asks him, "Would you like to be a medicine apprentice?" He says no. Tawnypaw is sent on his assessment, where he fails, gets upset at himself, and then yells at Hollyleaf. This gives us a little hint that Tawnypaw has some anger issues. When Firestar calls a clan meeting, Tawnypaw believes he can still be a warrior, but Firestar declines that. Now, the narrator through this whole map is Tawnypaw. Tawnypaw makes Firestar look like a bad character because this is Tawnypaw's perspective, and Tawnypaw is an unreliable character / narrator. Tawnypaw finds a pile of sticks. These sticks were washed up after the whole storm we see at the end of Hollyfeather. Tawnypaw buries the stick, Jayfeather's stick, and manages to make it a fox trap, which this whole scene is an alternative from Sunset. Firestar leads a patrol along with his daughter Squirrelflight, where he then tells Squirrelflight to dig it up, and she does. Tawnypaw is upset with this. He runs off.
Tawnypaw is such a little baby throughout this whole map.
Tawnypaw runs into a fox, and the fox's resemblance of Firestar. Instead of Tawnypaw killing Firestar, he tries to kill the fox. Tawnyfrost, who is still Tawnypaw but now renamed, gets this flower ability and grows flowers along his pelt. One of these flowers is called the Tawny Daylily, and the daylily has a symbolization.
That'll be revealed later because it's a secret.
Tawnyfrost fights the fox, where he is then killed, and it ends there. But there's really more to the story that you don't see in the map call. Now, what did Tawnyfrost have against Firestar? Firestar is portrayed as a grumpy character, but in Hollyfeather we see him positive and happy. The truth is, Firestar never had anything against Tawnyfrost, but because Tawny wasn't made a warrior, he believed it was just hatred. Firestar isn't cruel and evil and negative. He isn't a villain in the story. But because Tawnypaw failed his assessment, he believes Firestar just didn't like him. The fox, through all of this, symbolizes Firestar, which also symbolizes intelligence and slyness, which leads to a cool sequel. Yeah, sequel. This is mainly known as a butterfly effect, which is when some change happens, everything goes down. I'm not really going to go into big detail. But the butterfly effect occurs when Tawnypaw buries the stick. If Squirrelflight never picked it up or digged it up, Firestar would have been dead by now. If Tawnypaw never ran into that fox who stole his catch on his assessment, he also would have never gone into rage. This is a big effect that goes through the entire map, which leads on until someone makes a difference. But no one made a difference. So it continues to crash into a darker point from here. And to figure out if they ever get free, we'll just have to wait and see. If you like Tawnyfrost or the characters from Tawnyfrost, I would just like to say we have stickers and some cringe shirt on my store. So if you'd like to buy something before Christmas, help yourself now so it ships by then. If you don't, you don't get it. Ha 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 L.